What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you another video. Today's video is on Power Rangers Wild Force. So today we'll be doing a reactions video in regard to commercials, as well as promos. This time, as I said before, we will be doing promos. We did it a little bit last time, like one promo. This time there are plenty of promos, as I said before. A lot of them are Forever Ed based, but there are some that are just for the show itself and for past seasons, because at this point, you know, it was very much so anniversary based, because I mean it's the 10th season at this point, so they really wanted to hype the fact that yes, this is 10 seasons. So they really want people to be aware that yeah, there's 10 seasons at this point, and it's a big deal because I mean, it's that point where people want to usually celebrate, wow, we've reached that point in time. Because the thing is that they thought, okay, like season 6, which was in space, they thought we're gonna stop there. Did they stop? No, it got all the way to the 10th season, and they actually were thinking at one point of actually ending it after the 10th season. That was a thought. 10th season was considered to be, at one point was considered to be a season that they might have thought of ending it, because it would have made sense because of Forever Red. That could have been a way to end it, you know, ending it off for this season. And it was kind of, I believe at one point they actually had one version of the ending of the show which actually said the end, and like it was the end. But then there was another version that was made that said to be continued, in order to say that yes, the show is not over, don't think it is, even though at first it was believed to have been over and that was supposed to be the end of it, because that was the second time that they actually thought that they were going to end the show. Wild Force was the second time. In Space was the first and Wild Force was the second. Yeah. And can anyone guess what the third one is? RPM. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, regardless of talking about that and talking about, okay, points that it could have ended but it didn't end, let's move on and talk about these commercials, because I don't want to think about the show ending, because it's done really well and I love it, and I think a lot of you guys like it as well. So anyway, guys, let's start this video.
And control the battle.
I'll save the planet! We'll see about that, Red Ranger!
Join forces with the Power Rangers with Power Rangers Battle Zone.
I think it's time for some animal power.
You're in the battle and you're in control. You punch, you kick, and your fighter reacts.
Nice shot.
Power Rangers Battle Zone. Be in control. Be a Ranger. Be the winner. Power Rangers Battle Zone includes everything you see. Batteries not included.
Does anyone else feel that Connects vibe? I mean, seriously, it feels like Connects. Does it not feel like Connects? You tell me. Does that not feel like Connects? I think it feels a lot like Connects. Believe me when I say this. That looks like Connects. The whole entire chopping, and it's like, oh yeah, I chop. Now that means that I'm doing some crazy action in a video game. It's the same idea. And though I see it like that, it's actually really smart that they chose to create this toy. Sure, I'm not sure how well it actually works, and for all we know, it could be a really bad figure. It could be really bad. But you know, who knows? It actually looks like a pretty good. I mean, I'll tell you this much: it's a good concept. One thing I want to say before I explain my thoughts on that: the Jindrex figure there. Ugh, it looks ugly as ever, and the Wild Force Red looked okay. I didn't love it, but I don't think it was the worst looking figure ever. But I mean, Jindrex looked kind of skinny in the face and looked kind of odd. I don't know. It just looked weird to me. But in regard to the overall idea of the Battle Zone concept, I actually like that, because it's something that works for kids. Because think about it this way: how many kids watch their favorite superhero on TV, and then they go, and then after watching their favorite superhero in a TV show, afterwards, you know, they pretend to be their favorite superhero. Like, let's just say it's Spider-Man. They start, like, you know, doing the spider webs, or say it's Superman. They start, you know, pretending to fly, and they start trying to do all this crazy stuff and start like punching and kicking, right? And they try to act like their favorite superheroes. In this case, it's the same kind of idea. Oh, I put on these gloves, I put on those special the special things on my legs, and now I am like now I'm punching and kicking, and now I get to my actions result in the same actions of the figure now beating up a villain or a good guy. Or let's just say you're using the Jinjax figure, so I'm able to defeat the Wild Force Red Ranger. Who knows? It's really cool. I mean, think about it. How many kids love to do that kind of stuff? So many. Now, obviously, you don't want the kids to actually fight each other, but at the same time, the general concept, if you do it the way that they show in the commercial, that's a brilliant idea, because plenty of kids will love that. I mean, it's sort of like those Mash'em figures that for like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you're able to like smash the swords into like certain chest pieces or like the arms, and then suddenly they'll make noises when you hit them. That's like those general ideas about like how kids love to just bash their figures or pretend to be like their favorite superhero and start like punching and kicking. That's really smart, because plenty of kids will love it, and it'll be a way for kids to just take out energy, and they're not just like punching and kicking. They look a certain way. It actually is something that kids do, and it's really smart. I don't know how well it's sold, but it's a really smart idea. So yeah.
There's a new force in the fight against evil. The Power Ranger Wild Force Deluxe Temple Ruins playset. It's a sled rolling, web smashing, missile firing, foot trapping, sky sliding, battle zone that'll knock evil back wherever it comes from. The Wild Force Deluxe Temple Ruins playset from Bandai.
Okay, first of all, yes, I know, I heard it too. Yes, I know that this commercial has the samurai theme in the background. There is nothing I can do about it. I looked to see if there's any other versions. I found 2 versions, and both of those versions were the same. It was 2 separate videos with the same commercial, and the thing was that for some reason when I looked, there's no version that doesn't have the samurai theme in the background. That's all I can say. I'm sorry about that, guys. I have no control over it. For some reason, when I went to look, that's all I could find. And people, from the videos that I actually saw that made that commercial, a lot of people were complaining the same exact way about how, hey, why is the samurai theme in the background? Don't ask me. It's their mistake. It's the fact that they probably had the commercial and they thought, oh yeah, you know what? It lasts the same amount of time, so maybe we'll put 2 and 2 together and we'll have that theme in the background or something like that. Obviously, at the time, Samurai wasn't around, so obviously that must have happened. Something along those lines happened. But still, it's a cool commercial. Interesting that they had a Shayla figure, a Princess Shayla figure. In that commercial, as you might have noticed at the very towards the beginning of the commercial, there was that Shayla at the top of the slide or whatever. That was cool. You also saw a Jindrax figure, and you saw some of the basic villains. Just cool stuff. I really like the general look of the playset. I think overall it's a really cool feature. I mean, playsets are very common, as you may have noticed. Playsets are, I mean, the vast majority of seasons have playsets. At least at one point they have a playset. Not all, but the vast majority definitely do. I know that there are a couple that don't, but a lot do.
The jungle is filled with wild things, but only these brave heroes can defeat evil. The 12-inch Battleized Warrior Power Rangers can go from man to beast in seconds.
Morph to Power Animal Mode.
And defeat evil in a heartbeat, along with their mighty Savage Cycles.
Blast them!
Evil had only one option: to make tracks.
12-inch Battleized Warrior Power Ranger, Savage Cycles, and Putrids, each sold separately. Batteries not included, from Bandai.
Okay, that's actually a cool commercial. The Battleized Power Rangers and all that, really cool stuff. I will tell you one thing. I actually used to own one of those figures, believe it or not. I used to own the Savage. I used to own like the red Savage Cycle at one point. That I have no idea where it was. I mentioned in the Time Force video that I used to own the Time Force jet, like the gun / vehicle that they went on. I used to own that. I don't know where I don't know. I mean, I might still have it, but I don't know where it is. I also used to own the Savage Cycle. I used to own that. That I have no idea where it is. I know I had it, believe me, and I know that I definitely had. I believe I had a Wild Force Red figure at one point, and one of the ones that like you can remove the helmet and you'll see the actual Ranger look or whatever. Yeah, I used to have both of those. So very cool. Yeah, so I'm pretty familiar with that. I definitely instantly recognize it, and I remember the sound effects that the Savage Cycle has. Very cool stuff though. And the Battleize forms that create the individual mechs.